Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we got to talk about the two free agents we lost moments after the legal tampering window opened up. Two defensive starters, but we can't leave out the good news too. Jason Kelce coming back is huge, and supposedly the Eagles are making one final hard push for CJ Gardner-Johnson.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking Sixers in the Bird Gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today we got a bunch to get into. NFL free agency is finally here. The legal tampering window is finally here. But before we get into the good and bad news, help your boy out and hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new, and ding the bell. We trying to grow notification gang. And as you guys know, I'm not monetized, so YouTube is not going to push this out to new people. So hit the like to help push it. And also, notification gang, we need you now more than ever. Let's get into it. So I want to talk about not just Jason Kelce, because that is a huge signing. The Eagles' offensive line is so big for what running back we end up having back there and for this next push. The Eagles' offensive line gave Miles Sanders the opportunity to be a Pro Bowl back. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but this offensive line works wonders, and Jason Kelce is the leader. So getting him back is huge. It's huge. It allows Isaac Seumalo to leave. He didn't leave yet. We're going to talk about it all. But so far, the Eagles bring back, first, Brandon Graham, an 11-sack guy who played half the snaps of other defensive ends and still outproduced them. Well, if we do not have the same rotation, well, BG will play more. I think he ages like fine wine. Same with Jason Kelce. They're playing their best ball in their later years. And two free agents we brought back, I think, were huge. BG and Jason Kelce, leaders on both sides of the ball. And again, how did the Eagles get to the Super Bowl? Yeah, Jalen Hurts was the runner-up MVP. He was a beast. But we had a top 3 offensive line and a top 3 defensive line. You could say we had both number 1 lines on both sides of the ball, at least as it pertains to sacks. Maybe not the run support, but the rotation did its job, especially when Jordan Davis was healthy, who's going to have a key role. It's Jordan Davis season. It's Nakobe Dean season. And I think once Isaac leaves, it's Cam Jurgens season. I got a video talking about that we'll discuss. But let's talk about the two people that left. First, TJ Edwards to the Bears, and then Javon Hargrave to the Niners, right? The Ops, with all the drama since we beat them in the NFC Championship. Let's look at TJ Edwards' deal. Bears signed TJ Edwards to a 3-year deal. Ian Rappaport reports that. I think it's a 3-year, $19 million deal. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But that's 7 years, $7 million a year. I think he got about $12 million in guarantee money. That's huge. TJ Edwards was making, $1.2 million for the Eagles in 2022. Now he's going to be making 7 year on the Bears, who the Bears been busy. And before we end this, we're going to go over a couple different signings throughout the NFL that doesn't pertain to the Eagles, but the Bears have been busy trying to build around Justin Fields. And as much as you want to get offense for Justin Fields receivers, as they did with DJ Moore, trading out to the Panthers for their number 1 overall pick. Now they got DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, and Claypool. But you got to get defense too. I think they got Tremaine Edwards over there, but TJ Edwards, no way we could have paid you 7. You're a great tackler. You got better each year in the last couple years. But there's no way we could do that. I still feel when Nakobe Dean finally gets into his own, there's going to be more upside in Nakobe Dean than there really was in TJ. TJ's the better player right now. He proved it last year. That's why Nakobe Dean didn't get on the field. TJ and Kaiser were the better players. They were the ones getting paid. They deserved to play. But Nakobe Dean's upside is huge to me, and I can't wait to see it. Let's look at Javon Hargrave. Oh, my goodness. 4 years, $84 million. Bring out the Brinks trucks. $21 million a year for Javon Hargrave. 11 sacks at the D tackle position's no joke, but we do know that he's not the best in run support. And the Eagles got beat up a little bit throughout the season via the run game when Jordan Davis wasn't there, when Marlon T got hurt, before we signed Sue, before we signed Linval. And could that open up the door for a Linval Joseph cheap deal signing to stay with the Eagles for one more year until we get a couple guys in the draft in the next 2 years? Because we got 4 picks in the top 100. We need a cornerback, but we also can use defensive line help. And next year, we have 2 seconds. We'll have a bunch of comp picks, depending on who we do get back or not. CJ Gardner-Johnson we'll talk about in a little bit, but TJ gives you a comp pick, us losing him. So Linval, Sue, who's willing to take the cheaper discount to stay with the Eagles to have a rotation of Davis, Milton Williams, and then maybe Sue, then maybe Linval? Got to bring a veteran in here. Sheldon Rankins is still out there. Ashawn Robinson's still out there, but you got to get a rotation. You can't go from a rotation of 5 or 6 guys to now no rotation. Hargrave will be missed. One of the best pass rushers as it pertains to D tackle. By no means am I saying I didn't want him back, but we do know he does lack a little bit in the run defense, but he's a tremendous pass rusher at that D tackle position, and interior pressure matters. You know, quarterbacks nowadays love to step up in the pocket. When you get that edge rusher that, that makes the quarterback have to step up, they feel comfortable doing that when there's no interior pressure. So we will miss Hargrave, and it sucks that he went to the ops. I will say this: Bosa, Armstead, Hargrave, that D-line over there in San Fran is going to be legit. It's going to be legit. Let's get to the good news, though. I talked about this. We mentioned BG. There's going to be no banner for BG because it didn't get signed yet, but he kind of told us a couple days ago, 6 years. I mean, 6 years. $6 million for 1 year. A guy who has 11 sacks, but this is big. This is going to elevate Kenny G. It's going to elevate any running back that we draft. If we draft a running back or sign a running back, if we go committee, it's not going to really matter. Yes, they got to make their moves, hit their holes. But don't fumble the ball, and these guys are going to take you to the promised land. Kenny G showed that in big games throughout the playoffs, he can handle himself. The Eagles like him to handle himself. Do I think we need a bigger back or at least another back to keep him fresh? Yes, of course. I'm looking at the draft a little bit. I'm looking at free agency. But this guy is the leader of an offensive line that can do whatever it wants. It was crucial in Jalen Hurts taking a leap this year. The pass blocking was great. The run blocking was great. You know, we seen running backs walk in. The fact that the linebackers are frozen by Jalen Hurts, the fact that Kelce can still get to the second level like no other is ridiculous. And who knows, maybe the Jason Kelce, Cam Jurgens pairing could even be better than the Isaac Seumalo pairing. Who knows? Cam Jurgens showed flashes to get to the second level like a young Kelce. Now, will he be able to, bang in the trenches, all game at right guard? We'll find out. But when you got Lane Johnson and Jason Kelce on the 2 sides of you, I think you're going to be good. Isaac Seumalo is no slouch, but he's not a Hall of Famer. He's not Kelce. He's not Lane. He was helped by them too, and Jalen. So I feel tremendous. And Philly Mike was one that was calling this since like week 6. I was saying long time ago. Probably one of the first ones out there to say Kelce's coming back. Talked about it on GOAT Talk, talked about it on my own videos. I said I firmly believe, probably by week 6 of the 2022 season, that Kelce was coming back. Now, before we get into the rest of the NFL, Jeff Kerr and WIP really are reporting that the Eagles are making their last final push for CJ Gardner-Johnson. And the crazy thing is, we talked about this yesterday on the live stream. Shout out to the people who came on with the Jan app, and shout out to the people who were in the chat. But Howie Roseman, understanding that Bradbury's going to get 16-ish a year, understanding that CJ Gardner-Johnson is going to get 14, 15, 16 a year. For him to say firmly to both James Bradbury and CJ Gardner-Johnson, before you make your deal, give the Eagles a call so we can offer you something, makes me think Howie has something up his sleeve. What is it? I don't know. The numbers got to add up. We have dead cap. We got to talk about what we're going to give Jalen and when we're going to give Jalen his contract. But Howie Roseman is not a window shopper. He's not going to tell somebody to call him so he can possibly match him if he can't do it. Estimated market value is already out there. We know kinda what CJ and Bradbury are going to be offered, or at least asking for. If we know dang sure we can't match it, why have them call us so we can just say bye-bye? Doesn't make sense. So I'm thinking there is something up Howie Roseman's sleeve, whether it's for both, I doubt it. Whether it's for one, I need it. I at least need CJ Gardner-Johnson back. The Slade thing hasn't really reared its ugly head on Monday like people were saying it was. Oh, Slade's going to Atlanta for the second. You can't trust some of these sources. But I need to see Slade return. I need to see him restructure. I need to see CJ Gardner-Johnson on this team. For sure. 25-year-old versatile player who can play anywhere on your defense. Get us CJ Gardner-Johnson. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section as it pertains to TJ Edwards. Going to the Bears, $7 million a year, $12 million guaranteed. Javon Hargrave, $84 million, $46 million guaranteed, $21 million a year. Let's break down a couple more of these. Let's see if I can refresh the NFL. Can I refresh it? I don't want to do that. Let me see if this refreshes it. All right. See if any other news. Okay, Falcons to sign Jessie Bates. 4 years, $64 million. So right there, we kind of know. Oh my, we kind of know where the market is now for safeties. 4 years, $64 million. What is that? 60 divided by 4, that's 15. So 16 mil. 15 and a half mil. Wow. 15 and a half, 16 mil. Jessie Bates now on the Atlanta Falcons. Sheesh. Tremaine Edwards on the Bears. Nate Davis on the Bears. Von Bell to the Panthers. Don't see the number there. I would like to know that number. Jermaine Pratt to the Bengals. This is the one I want to show you. Look at the Chiefs. The Chiefs have this type of money? They do? Chiefs sign offensive tackle Jawan Taylor to a 4-year, $80 million deal. That's a $20 million tackle. A $20 million tackle. $20 million tackle to the Kansas City Chiefs. Fresh off a Super Bowl. Jimmy G to Las Vegas. Shy Tuttle to the Panthers, 3-year, $19.5 million. Washington signing Andrew Wiley, the former Chiefs offensive lineman. We just saw that. Cam Sutton, what did he get? 3 years, $33, $11 million a year for Cam Sutton. Had his best year with the Steelers. Broncos, Mike McGlinchey. Sheesh, Hargrave. That's about it. That's crazy, though. I literally hit refreshed. I didn't think it was going to be anybody new. Jessie Bates just set the market. Or at least let us know, kind of. Again, let's do the exact numbers. I said it was like 15, 16 mil off the top of the head. Let's do exactly 64 divided by 4. 16, yeah, I was right. Long day at work. Long day at work. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We just saw Jessie Bates go for 16. That means we need to pay CJ Gardner-Johnson 15, 16, 17. 15, 16, 17. 15, 16, 17. He might think he's better. He might want 17 now because the market was just redone. Well, not redone because 17's not the high, 16's not the highest. I still think Derwin James or there's a couple safeties that make 17, 18, maybe even 19. Let me know your thoughts. The push for CJ has to come through. Drop the muscle emoji in the chat. If you got nothing else to say, drop the muscle emoji. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. And listen, remember, we not monetized. So turn notification on so you get notified. And even if you already have it on, turn it off and back on, because YouTube is definitely treating me like a side piece at this moment. Let's see what people say. Let's see. CJ Gardner-Johnson and his agent will be happy to see these numbers. Yep. Again, talking. So $64 million deal includes $23 million in year one and $36 million in the first 2 years of the deal per service. He's now the 4th highest paid safety in NFL. CJ Gardner-Johnson's market is set thanks to what's his name? Jesse Bates. We out.